Hello and welcome to Lancer Live Entertainment Network. We are your commentators for tonight. My name is Rohan. I'm alongside Anikith. We welcome you here on this electric Friday evening as the St. Francis Lancers from Mountain View take on the Monarchs of Archbishop Mitty High School from San Jose, California. The Lancers last year finished with a record of 10-4 and won WCal with a record of 6-1. Currently this year they are 1-4, coming off of a big win against Bellarmine last week. The Monarchs, on the other hand, are currently 4-1 and have gotten off to a perfect 2-0 start to WCal, beating both St. Ignatius and Valley Christian. Both these schools met up last year at Mitty, and it ended up being a 30-27 win for the Lancers, and the Monarchs look to turn things around for the game tonight. Annika, what are your thoughts on the Lancers' performance last week against Bellarmine?
Yeah, they just played lights out in all phases of the ball. You know, special teams, they had a punt block for a touchdown. On offense, they were just firing on all cylinders. Their running game was working with no matter who ran the ball, Keanaina, Tuilela, or Kaimani Keanaina. Drew Cumby, he was really showing what he can do with his arm. He had 3 touchdown passes, and that defense just stuffed the run. The Bellarmine Bells only had 17 carries for 32 yards on the ground, and Caden Hill, the Bellarmine quarterback, only got most of his yards in garbage time. So the Lancers really are hoping to replicate that here tonight as they take on Mitty.
Mitty are currently second in WCal. St. Francis is fourth. They're 1-1 in WCal. They did take a loss in the first game of the season of WCal to Archbishop Reardon. The Lancers still yet to win a game at home, but here is a great opportunity to do that as they will kick off to start the game.
Yeah, that league opener versus Reardon, though, they really showed what they could do on offense. They were able to keep up with that high-scoring Reardon offense and just make it a really good game. Obviously, it hurt to lose, but they've shown us exactly what they can do with the ball.
Marquise Marshall and Luca Edwards back to return for the Monarchs to start the game. Lucas Vaughn, the kicker, to kick off for the Lancers. Actually, apologies. That's actually Greer Gowdy to kick off. Obviously, a player to watch out for the Monarchs is Lazaro Faraj Washington. What an impact he's had so far this year for the Monarchs.
Yeah, he's just an absolute freight train when he's running the ball. He's really, really difficult to take down. He's already got over 700 yards through 5 games, and he's also got 6.4 yards per carry. He's going to really just look to continue that this game.
Here we go. Lancers kick off here on homecoming night. This will be taken by Faraj Washington, who will be tripped up right at around the 25-yard line.
Yeah,
now,
that kick there just bounced just around the 20 before the returners could, get a clean catch on it, and that let the Gunners and the return team just get down, or the kickoff team just get down there and make that tackle inside the 30.
Joseph Engen to start the drive for the Monarchs. Had a pretty solid season so far. He's thrown for over 700 yards with 9 touchdowns. Around 5 interceptions only this season. First play of the game is going to be a quick pass out to the right. Caught there. Catch made by Caden Kelly, but brought out of bounds.
Yeah, that right there is good coverage from Max Haberlack on the quick hitch route. Just held Kelly to about a 4-yard gain. And they just got to keep him everything in front of them. We know the Lancers have been susceptible to the big plays so far this season. And, they just got to hold the offense to really short gains and force a punt soon here.
2nd and 6. Key matchup to look out for is that Max Haberlack and Caden Kelly matchup down at the bottom. 2nd and 6. It's going to be a handoff to Faraj Washington. Finding the outside, finds lots of space, finds a hole. Past midfield, past the 40, taken down inside the 35. Great run for the Monarchs.
Yeah, that's a fantastic run right there from Faraj Washington. He just jumped outside, and he found the gap. Great blocking from his wide receivers and his tight end and, his left tackle on the left side, and he just exploded down that left sideline.
The Monarchs are already inside the Lancers 35. Off of the Second play of the drive. The Lancers knew Faraj Washington was the player that they had to stop tonight. Otherwise, it's going to be a very long game. Here we go, 1st and 10. They'll give it to Faraj Washington again, and he'll be tackled for only a gain of a few.
Yeah, so far on these 3 plays, the Monarchs have they haven't been under center yet. And what that does is it forces the defense to spread out more, which only makes the running lanes that Faraj Washington can run through even wider. You know, they're forcing the Lancers to just match the 4 receivers with 4 cornerbacks, and that gives them less big bodies in the box to cover Faraj Washington.
2nd and 7. Faraj Washington lined up behind Engine. It's going to be a handoff again. Fighting his way for extra yardage. And he will lean forward and get a few more yards after that. But he'll still bring up 3rd down.
Yeah, that right there is a great job by the end, Miles Day. He just kind of set the edge and forced Faraj Washington to go back inside where the rest of his teammates were to make the play. Good stop from the Lancers there. It's going to be a really big 3rd and 3 here.
Lancers looking for a stop on their first drive. At the 27-yard line. Just under 10 minutes to play in the first quarter. It's their homecoming game, so a lot at stake here. It's going to be a fake. Tackle's made. Engine with the run. And that will move the chains. It'll be a 1st down.
Oh, yeah, that was just a good read option call there. Engine kept it for himself. The defense thought it was going to Faraj Washington. There was just enough yard space for him to get the 1st down there.
First and 10 here. It's going to be a handoff to Luka Edwards. Tackle made. Good tackle made there by Kaimani Keanaaina.
Yeah, the Monarchs are trying to get started with some trickery there on the end around, but Kaimani Keanaaina just sniffed that out, and he was able to catch the receiver there before he got any space to go downfield.
Gain of 3, 2nd and 7. At the 20-yard line.
2nd and 7. Two receivers line up to the right side. They motion across, and it'll be a handoff to Faraj Washington. Good tackle made there.
Great penetration there from the interior defensive lineman, and also Sean McCoy there just forced Faraj Washington to keep going outside. And, you know, once they got a hand on him, they just dragged him down. Held him to no gain right there. Great play by Case Jacobson right there.
Long 3rd down here. 3rd and 8. What will Engine do? They line up in a 2x2. Engine drops back to pass. Looking on the right side. Over Haberlack. Caught. Touchdown. Caden Kelly.
Yeah, right there it was Caden Kelly just running a little double move, and Max Haberlack just got caught looking back at the ball instead of focusing on his man, and Kelly just ran right by him as the ball got released. Great route, great throw from Engine to Kelly.
That is Engine's 10th touchdown throw of the year. That's also Caden Kelly's 4th touchdown as well. Now with an extra point. Kick is up. And it's good. Good start for the Monarchs. Start the first quarter with a 4-minute and 30-second drive. And are up 7-0.
Yeah, that was a good drive filled with some big plays and some good conversions there. The Lancers looked like they had their chances to get the stops. The only problem is they didn't convert. And Now let's see what this offense can do.
It'll be interesting to see who they start off the offense with. Is it going to be Franzino or is it going to be Drew Cumby? The Lancers do run a dual quarterback system where they rotate the quarterback after each drive. So if it's Franzino in the first drive, next drive will be Drew Cumby, and they'll rotate throughout the whole game.
I do think Coach Calcagno likes to give it to the hot hand. You know, maybe Franzino or Drew Cumby's the one who's coming off a 3-touchdown performance, so I'd like to see some more from Drew Cumby this game, at least to start.
The Drew Cumby and Sean Walsh connection was their last game. Allowed Sean Walsh to score a touchdown. Kickoff here. It's going to go all the way to the back of the end zone. It'll go out of bounds, and they will throw the flag.
Yeah, that's one of those high-risk, high-reward kickoffs right there. You know, that you just have the ball bounce early. Hopefully it messes up with the returners. But then on the other hand, it could go out of bounds like that and just give the other team a chance to start at the 40-yard line.
So good field position to start for the Lancers. I think a good start here is super important to build momentum for the rest of the game.
Yeah, they're definitely going to try and establish the running game today, especially after what they were able to do last game. But it's important to see how they're going to be able to adapt in case it doesn't work today.
Good to see Motu Keanaaina, the starting running back for the Lancers, back out on the field. Suffered an injury against Bellarmine. Was limited to only 7 carries last game. They'll give it to him to start the drive. Finding a hole on the outside. Breaks a tackle and still going. Good run to start.
Yeah, that was some solid blocking there to the right side and some good running from Keanaaina. Just got himself a good gain of about 8 yards there. Scratch that 7-yard gain there.
2nd and 3. Lancers will line up in the same formation. They're going to give it to Keanaaina again. Breaking tackles. Good run there, moving the chains.
Yeah, he just kept those legs moving even after he got the first down. Just helped him get some extra yards. And the Lancers are now set up just by the 50-yard line at about the 48. Fresh set of downs now.
Solid 2 runs to start for Motu Keanaaina. Despite only having 7 carries last game, still managed to get 88 yards before being taken out. They're going to give it on a run again. Big hole for Motu Keanaaina. Lost the ball, but it goes out of bounds. Very lucky.
Yeah, he caught a really lucky break there that the ball just rolled out of bounds instead of into the hands of a Mitty player. But on that play, that was beautiful, beautiful blocking from the left side of that offensive line. They created a huge hole for Keanaaina to run through. And after that, it was just him one-on-one with number 13, the safety. Just couldn't get by him. It's good that he didn't lose the ball, though.
Ball security is not usually an issue that we've seen with Motu Keanaaina throughout the season. Surprising to see that one slip out of his hands. But still, great play there to position the Lancers at the 15-yard line inside the red zone. Franzino so far has handed the ball off 3 times. Make that 4 now with Keanaaina on his 4th run of the game. Gain of around 3 yards. Bring up 2nd down.
Yeah, and he just got tripped up there immediately by Ethan Chase, who just got immediate penetration through that offensive line. Looks like that play right there held the Lancers to about a 3-yard gain.
Clock's running under 6 minutes to go in the first quarter. 2nd and 7. Fifth play of the drive, another I formation play. Will they hand it off to Keanaaina? This time it'll be a gain of around 2. Is this a chance to see Franzino maybe throw the ball here?
Yeah, you know, he definitely has the accuracy. He definitely has the ability to, you know, make those touchdown passes. And, you know, on a 3rd and 6, this is exactly where you need it. So inside the red zone here, the Monarchs defense has just been stout against the run. And it looks like they'll finally have some wide receivers in, especially after 5 straight plays of having heavy sets.
Empty backfield. They run a 2-by-3. Franzino looking to the left side on the slant. Just thrown behind Dom Oteza. Could have been 6.
That was a good route right there from Oteza, that little slant over the middle. Franzino just couldn't get it onto his hands, just a little behind, and it will be a 4th down. Looks like the kicking unit is coming on.
Lancers looking to kick a field goal here. Greer Gowdy on the kick.
Looks like it is about a 34-yard kick from Gowdy.
See if the Lancers can put some points up on the board. Kick is up, and it's wide right. No good. And the Monarchs will take over at around the 10-yard line.
It had enough distance, just went a little too far to the right. Now the Monarchs will be able to take over at about from inside their 20.
Kick looked to have been mishit as it spiraled out to the right side of the goalpost. But still not the worst drive possible for the Lancers. They still progress the ball all the way into the red zone.
Yeah, you would have liked to see more passing involved there. You know, they got their receivers in for the first time on their last play on that 3rd down. You would have liked to see them in more, you know, just to mess with the defense.
Joseph Engine. One is gonna fake the ball. Looking for a deep shot to Caden Kelly. And it's caught there. Beat Max Haberlack.
Yeah, that was just a one-on-one through and through. One-on-one with Max Haberlack. No safety help at all. And Kelly just ran the skinny post. And that was a beautiful ball from Engine. Just put it right on him. Kelly was able to make that diving grab. Big play there for the Monarchs.
Huge play to start the drive, putting the ball into Lancer territory. Caden Kelly, who already had a touchdown earlier. This time they'll hand it off to Faraj Washington, star running back for the Monarchs. Tackle of around, gain of around 1 yard. Looks like he's slow to get up.
Looks like his knee there. He's going to take a minute off the field.
Yeah, looks like number 23, Nick Evangelista, the backup running back, will come in.
And going back to that last play, that deep shot to Kelly, Max Haberlack had absolutely no help over the top from any safety. And, you know, especially seeing what Kelly was able to do earlier in the game on his touchdown grab, you need to have someone just over the top, making sure the ball is just in front of them.
2nd down. Engine's able to get the Lancers defense to jump offside. Bring up 2nd and 4.
They finally got a stop on one of those run plays, but now a flag is just going to throw on another 5 yards for the Monarchs.
You know, and talking about penalty flags, that's obviously been a big issue for the Lancers so far this season. They've had over 25 penalties in just the past 2 games. 2nd and short. It's going to be a handoff to Faraj Washington, battling his way. Sorry, not to Faraj Washington, but to the backup, Evangelista.
Yeah, Evangelista, he's a quick back there. Just couldn't find a gap to gash through. Lancers defense closed it up very quickly. And looks like Evangelista is down now.
I think a big issue could also be the field Lancers Field is not the most easy to change direction on. Really forces you to plant your feet, and it's easy to be hurt on plays like that. Hopefully he's okay.
Yeah, I think someone just kind of fell on him. Just on that left knee over there.
Mitty in their last 2 games in WCAL scored. Both games have scored over 30 points. They beat St. Ignatius 37-23, and they also beat Valley Christian 32-7. So offense has always been able to score a lot of points, and their defense has been solid so far.
Yeah, the Lancers offense, they just need to get points on the board, especially after that last drive. They were humming really nicely. They got down inside the 20, just couldn't convert on the field goal or on that third down. It's just going to be really imperative that they're able to keep up with this Mitty Monarchs offense.
Glad to see him getting up. Third and 1. Frog Washington comes back into the game. It's good to see that he's okay. See what they'll do on 3rd and 1. It is going to be a handoff. Frog Washington pushes his way.
Did they stop him? The referees are converging just at the 30-yard line. Is that enough?
Case Jacobson with the tackle there, and that will move the chains. Good job by Frog Washington to push his way to get that extra yard that they needed. Bring up another first down.
Yeah, so far this Lancers run D has looked pretty solid outside of that one really big run that Frog Washington had on the first drive. They're going to look to continue this throughout. Hopefully just keeping them to these 1 and 2 yard gains will be what they need on defense to just force a punt or a field goal here.
Engine looking to pass. Evades the pressure. Good tackle there. Tackle made there by number 22, Judah Halapua.
Yeah, great job by Halapua, just kind of spying on the quarterback a little bit there. Just, as Engine was trying to escape the pocket and scramble up for some yards, he just closed down, got a sack for about no gain there.
It's Halapua's first sack of the season.
If that counts as a sack, it was pretty close to the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10. Clock running. Just under a minute and 40 seconds to go. It's going to be a handoff. It won't be. It'll actually be a fake. Engine with a good run of around 4 yards.
Yeah, great job by Kaimani Keanaina. He was able to get that last touch in and take Engine down. If he didn't get him, Engine would have been gone for a touchdown. Great stop there to force this 3rd and 1 here.
Good fake, too. Also faked me out on that play. Kaimani Keanaina has had a pretty solid season. He's had 18 total tackles so far coming into this game, and now he's already shown up big, making 2 big tackles so far this game. Clock's running under a minute to go in the first quarter. 3rd and short after that run by Engine. It's going to be a quick play. Pass wide open. Caught for the touchdown.
That was just a complete bust in coverage. Max Haberlack was there, but then went short to go cover the flat route, and that just left the receiver wide open in the end zone. There was no safety there to just slide over. That was Marquis Marshall with the touchdown. There was just no one. Kaimani Keanaina was just about 10 yards away from him.
That's Marquis Marshall's 2nd touchdown of the season. And that brings the score 13-0. And if this extra point goes in, it'll be 14. Kick is up, and it's blocked. No good. Now with 44 seconds remaining, Monarchs so far almost perfect on both drives, just missing an extra point. It's 13-0. Here on homecoming night for the Lancers.
Yeah, going back to that last touchdown pass to Marshall right there, Engine kind of faked it to number 1 in the flat, who was Luca Edwards, and that kind of made Max have to like bite down and try and cover that, but that was just a quick pump fake, and that just left Marshall to just go up the field on a quick go route, and Kaimani Keanaina was just nowhere to be seen. He wasn't able to cover in time.
Chase Graff to kick off for the Monarchs. And it's a rocket to the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback.
Now, this Lancers offense is going to be looking to replicate what they had on the last drive, which was a good solid drive with some good strong runs. And, you know, all they got to do is just finish it off with some, you know, good passes, or just they just got to find a way to end it with some points. Obviously, they missed that field goal. This time, they got to try and avoid that kind of ending.
Should be expecting to see Drew Cumby here on the field. He did score 3 touchdowns in his last game against Bellarmine. He threw for 126 yards, including a 69-yard dart to Sean Walsh. First play of the game is going to be a play action. Flag thrown there. Looks like it's going to be holding after Drew Cumby is able to run and gain a few yards, but I think this is coming back.
Yeah, good scramble there from Cumby when there was no one open on the play. But, you know, he had pressure coming from his left side, and that just wasn't a clean block there from the tight end, number 85, Isaiah Porter. And that's going to bring this play back.
If it wasn't for the penalty, the Lancers would have been second and less than a yard.
Yeah, on that previous play, they were looking for a play-action shot to Sean Walsh on a skinny post, but the Monarchs just read that out completely. You know, they had 2 guys on Walsh, then Cumby had no option, and he just had to scramble there, but the holding occurred.
Now the Lancers will pick up 1st and 20 with 30 seconds to go at their own 10-yard line. So, pretty poor field position to start. It's going to be empty backfield. 2 receivers line up to the left. Cumby looking to pass. Quick throw to the outside. And he's absolutely smothered there.
Yeah, he just took his check down over there, but that Mitty defense just swarmed to the ball. Good stop there. Good short gain of only 5 yards there.
Riley Barton on the catch. Gain of around 5 yards. Let's bring up 2nd and long, and that will take us to the end of the first quarter. Score 13-0. Mitty with 2 touchdown drives to open up the game. 1 touchdown pass to Caden Kelly and another to Marquis Marshall. Caden Kelly gets his 4th touchdown of the season so far. And Engine so far has been cooking up.
pass complete to Walsh. Brought down by Kelly. First and 10 at the 38-yard line. No to Kay on the height of the ball carrier. Chase on the tackle. Gain of 1. Second and 9 at the 39. Forced out of bounds by Snippet. First down. Ball's at the 35-yard line. No to Kayana Haina, the ball carrier. Brought down by Hollis. There's a flag on the play. Holding against St. Francis. Cumbers pass complete to Walsh. Brought down by Marshall. First and 10 at the 16-yard line. To Kayana Haina. Brought down by Tongi.
saw that, right?
Chase in on the tackle. Brings up 3rd and 2 at the 8-yard line. Timeout on the field. That's St. Francis' first timeout. Coach Pruitt and the girls' tennis team had a big WSAIL win on Thursday with a 5-2 victory over Archbishop Mitty at Cuesta Park. The win closed out a 2-0 week for the Lancers and moved them into second place coming up on the midway point of league play. His pass intended for Altini falls incomplete. Result of the plays at first down. Ball spotted at the 40-yard line. Gowdy's extra point is good. That's 7 minutes, 28 seconds in the second quarter. Archbishop Mitty 13, St. Francis 7. Edwards and Marshall deep for the Monarchs. Greer Gowdy on the kick for your Lancers. Ball covered by Tommy Butler. Monarchs will start their drive first and 10 at the 27-yard line.
This is actually a better spot. This is actually a great spot.
Engine's pass complete to Edwards. Brought down by Altini. Gain of 8. 2nd and 2 at the 35-yard line. Timeout on the field.
So we also just turned y'all's on here, so it should be loud now. If you
It
want to
might just be
that.
too loud.
Yeah,
It might just be too loud. It's not a simple thing. It
Yeah.
might be too loud.
So I would just ask Matt like to listen now and see what he thinks, and then to start talking.
Yeah, good. He got trouble.
Alright, go ahead.
Joseph Engine on 2nd and 2. Under 7 minutes to play.
This is a funny break right now. I can't go.
Mazzaro for Washington. Sliding to the right side. Leave it to him. Trying to find a hole, but good tackle there.
Allows Washington to go out there.
First down.
Jacobson and Dave in on the tackle. He's on the play in the first down. First and 10 at the 37.
That will bring up a first down. It's going to be a long shot here. Very clear pass interference there by Max
Pass interference to Max Gillespie.
It is now. It's probably your over.
Monarchs. In the extra territory.
Washington,
and with the try.
Miles Day on the tackle. That brings it to third down. It's 3rd and 3 at the 41-yard line. Benjamin's pass complete to Snippet. Brought down by Alapua. First and 10 at the 32-yard line. Seven, the ball carrier. First shot bounce by Davis. 8 and 5. 2nd and 5 at the 27-yard line. Washington ball carrier. Brought down by Carew. First and 10 at the 19-yard line. Engine on the keeper. Brought down by Carew. Gain of 8. 2nd and 2 at the 11-yard line. Engines pass complete to Edwards. Perry on the tackle. Third and 2 at the 11-yard line. Loss of 2, 4th and 4 at the 13. Timeout Monarchs. That's their second timeout. Engine pass intended for Edwards. Broken up by Altini. Lancers take over on downs. To Kayana Heine, ball carrier. Brought down by Hollis. Rosina's pass intended for Kayana Heine across incomplete.
Cool. I know. Yeah, they did. They've been doing it right. That's good.
Benzino on the keeper. Benzino's pass falls incomplete. Second and 10 at the 41. Benzino's pass complete to Walsh. Brought down by Pulliam. Timeout, St. Francis. And it's our second timeout. Benzino's pass complete to Matukeana Aina. Palace on the tackle.
So, in the first half. Archbishop 13. Coach Sean Smith and the North Flag football team went 1-0 this week, defeating the Irish from Sacred Heart Cathedral on Monday. They look to continue their winning ways Monday on the road versus Reuben, and then back on campus Wednesday with a 7 o'clock game versus Sacred Heart Prep. Come on out to Legacy Field and support the girls.
Tommy Butler on the return. Crowd Washington the ball game. That'll be the final play in the first half.
Either Ryan or Ethan did say something to them.
Just the sound.
So Luke didn't have the headphones on, so what was it they were saying?
So now you get a break. Now you get a break. I was standing behind you the whole time, watching you. You're in for St. Francis or... What is it again? Oh, KMBT. I've never heard of it.
Channel 15, or they have a YouTube channel. We got a YouTube channel.
Oh, okay. What's the YouTube channel?
KMBT.
K Mountain View Television.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I live over in Germany, so I can only watch YouTube. Highlights on YouTube. Yeah. So I had time, so I'm at the game.
We got 7 other people over the game, so shot that I missed. Other folks just captured it.
It's all good. Yeah, I was kind of ruined. Yeah, go ahead. No, it's totally fine. No, it's been interesting talking to them and trying to show them some stuff. So yeah, I was just directing, and so I was thinking about this policy. I think that's what it is. All right, so we'll see if that works. Oh my gosh. Okay. Should be good. Yep, of course. Bye-bye. Hello. Hello. This is KMVT testing audio real quick. Sorry for the interruption.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We would now like to recognize our seniors in band and color guard. As is the tradition at St. Francis, we would like to honor the seniors and their parents for the 4 years of outstanding commitment and service that they have given to their program here at St. Francis. On behalf of our moderators and administration, we would like to thank the students for their memories and inspiration that you have provided us through hard work and dedication. To the parents, we thank you for the many sacrifices you have made in allowing us the opportunity to work with your sons and daughters, and for the tremendous support you have given this program. Here are the seniors and parents for band and color guard. Senior Rosemary Atier and parents Robert and Peggy. Seniors Kanishka Butch and parents Vipasha and Kapil Fish. Senior Kylie Cervantes and parents Renee and Swa Cervantes and and parents Pooja and Kristen DeWitt. Senior Andrew Han and Yang Wan and Hun Han. Senior Russell Jones and parents Irene Wong and Mark Jones. Senior Jamie Prabhashad and parents Jennifer Shine Prabhashad. Senior Luke Ruzan and parents Leslie and Mark Ruzan. Day Younger, and Mom Kelly Younger. And now your seniors for color guard. Senior, Malia Blue, and parents Christine and Edward Blue. Senior, Anya Matthew, and parents Melissa Devasi and Renee Matthew.
Where's Water?
Senior, Sonia Quinonero, Hope, and Iris Hope. And senior, Zoe Scallon, and parents Diane and Greg Scallon. Congratulations, and thank you for 4 great years.
Welcome back to KMTV Network and Lancer Live Entertainment Network for the second half here in this WCal matchup. The Lancers are up 14-13 after two touchdowns by the Lancers. Rage Cage is still packed here entering the second half. Touchdowns for the Lancers came by Max Haberlack, who's been playing heavy shifts on both sides of the field, both on offense and on defense. Another touchdown by Motu Keonana, who's had a pretty solid game so far. For the Monarchs, touchdowns came from Marquis Marshall and Caden Kelly, two wide receivers getting receiving touchdowns. Engen with two passing touchdowns. We apologize for the technical difficulties for the second half.
The Lancers were able to end that first half with great momentum. You know, they were able to get that touchdown drive in with a great 2-minute offense. Let's see how they're going to be able to continue that here to start this second half.
On to kick for the Monarchs.
Grab to kick off for the Monarchs. Both teams have scored 2 touchdowns, but the Lancers still with the lead as it was a mixed extra point. Actually, the extra point was blocked, which is pretty huge for the Lancers special teams.
Yeah, they've had great special teams play, in these past 2 weeks. Last week at Bellarmine, they had a blocked punt, which they returned for a touchdown. So, special teams is playing really, really well.
The Lancers kicked off in the first half, so this second half, the Lancers will get the ball, and it will be caught there, taken by Alatini, and he finds a big hole. Can he get past the kicker? The kicker was able to make the tackle at the 40-yard line, and Monarchs lucky that he was there to tackle Alatini, otherwise that could have been gone for an early score.
Yeah, this is a great place to start your first drive of the second half for the Lancers. This is exactly how they can continue from that momentum in the first half.
It's going to be holding on the Lancers. They'll bring him back a few yards.
I think they'll start from the 15 now. About the 15.
So that great return by Alatini is turned into a starting position inside their own 20.
Will start their drive first and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
See Drew Cumby in for the first drive of the second half. Sean Walsh lined up to the left side. Drew Cumby's going to try to scramble. Evades pressure. He's looking for Sean Walsh. Pass is caught there. And actually they'll rule it incomplete. Looks like it was dropped. Couldn't survive the ground.
Regardless of the outcome there, that was a great job by Drew Cumby, just evading that pressure, sidestepping it, and then almost finding Sean Walsh there. That was great. A great scramble drill play from Walsh, just coming back to his quarterback, trying to give him an easy option. Just unfortunate that they weren't able to complete it there.
2nd and 10 at the 17.
Second and 10. Drew Cumby with Motu Keonana lined up right behind him. They motion Isaiah Porter across. It's going to be a quick throw. And too far in front of Dom Oteza. That throw by Drew Cumby. And it'll be a second incompletion and bring up 3rd and 10.
Yeah, they were trying to set up this little bubble screen to Dom Oteza on the left side. Cumby just couldn't complete it. Sean Walsh was ahead of Oteza right there, ready to block for him. Oteza had acres of space, just couldn't complete it there.
Lancers looking to not go 3 and out to start the second half. Monarchs looking to get the ball back as they're down by 1 point. Here we go. Drew Cumby with 3 receivers lined up to the left side. Cumby looking to pass. Heavy pressure. Escapes a sack. And a great tackle there. Tackle made there by number 25, Jax Hallas.
Yeah, great job by Hallas there. If he didn't make that tackle on Cumby, Cumby was definitely going to run for that first down. But that was also a great job scrambling by Cumby, just finding the gap in the pocket and just escaping there, getting 6 yards. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to get that first down, and they'll be forced to punt it away here.
Piffaletti, the punter for the Lancers. Fourth and 4, forces the punt. It's a low snap, takes a bounce. Punt goes high in there. Actually, it looks like Andrew Macris with the punt there. Fair catch called by Luca Edwards, and the Monarchs will take over at around their own 40-yard line.
Yeah, good job by Macris making sure that low snap didn't affect the punt. He was able to get about 30 yards, 35 yards there. And it'll force the Monarchs to start from their own 40-yard line.
Now let's take it back to that first half. The Lancers responded incredibly well despite being down 14-0, similar to how they responded in the Reardon game here in Real Calcaño Stadium. Down 2 early touchdowns, responded quickly in that first half, ending that first half with a close score. So early response here. And on the first play of the drive, Engen is going to take it himself and gain 2 yards on the play.
Yeah, a good read there from Engen on Sean McCoy. He saw McCoy just crashing down into the running back, kept it for himself, but great job by that Lancers defense just swarming him and holding him to a gain of 3 yards there.
Gain of 3 yards, second down. Mitty started their drive in the first half with a touchdown, looking to do the same. And Engen is able to draw one of the Lancers offside. It will be against the Monarchs. It will be a false start, right?
Offsides.
No, actually, it will be offsides on the Lancers.
Yeah, it looks like Case Jacobson just jumped into the neutral zone a little too early there. And that's another free 5 yards for the Monarchs.
So similar to what we saw in the Reardon game with penalties, this time instead of it being delay of games, that being the issue, it looks like it's offsides that are the issues. And that will make it 2nd and 2 as the clock's running. See what Engen will do here. He has Cade Kelly lined up on the far side of the field. It's going to be a run to Faraj Washington. Good tackle made there. Chase Cahoon on the tackle.
Faraj Washington, the ball carrier.
As well as Leonidas Perry also was on that tackle as well.
Yeah, there was just no space for Faraj Washington to run. They were trying to get that outside zone play working, but Leonidas Perry and Chase Cahoon combined for that big stop there. It's going to be a very important 3rd and 1 here for this Lancers defense.
Now Faraj Washington is the Monarch star player. The Lancers have held him to be decently quiet this game, forcing Engen to start throwing the ball a lot more. 3rd and very short. They're going to give it to Faraj Washington, who gets the first down. And even a few yards after that, after he skips a tackle, moving the chains as they get at around the 46-yard line.
Yeah, they almost didn't get that play off. You know, it looked like there was some miscommunication right before the snap. Engen just had to, sort that out and fix it up, and they were able to get that first down after that great run by Faraj Washington, taking it outside the left tackle there.
Clock's running with under 8 minutes and 30 seconds to go. 1st and 10 at the 47. It's going to be a quick throw to the outside. Caught there by Luca Edwards, but he's taken down before he can gain any substantial amount. He's 2nd and 9.
Yeah, they were just trying to get that quick screenplay going. They had Marshall out in front blocking, but Edwards just had no space. Great job by the corner there. Haberlack just making the tackle.
Second and 9. It's going to be a jet sweep to Cade Kelly, who is pushed out of bounds. Another short gain for Kelly. Or actually, that was Luka Edwards, another short gain for Luka Edwards. Big gain of around 1 or 2 yards, and it'll bring up 3rd and long.
Yeah, they were
big 3rd down for the Lancers.
Yeah, they were trying to get the ball into the hands of their speedster, Edwards, but he just had no space to kind of turn the corner and get upfield there. Great job closing all the gaps there. It's going to be a big 3rd and 7 here.
Engen getting instructions from his coach on this big 3rd down. He has 3 receivers lined up to the right side. He will be looking to the right side. Heavy pressure. It's going to be a high throw, and that'll bring up 4th down. Good stop there by the Lancers, and it looks like the punt team will likely come on.
Yeah,
or actually, looks like the offense. No, the punt team will come on. Yeah.
Altini on the coverage. 4th and 7 at the 44.
The punter for the Monarchs, number 44, Ethan Chase. First punt of the game for the Monarchs.
Yeah. Engen was just looking for his receiver Kai Sniffen there on a quick out route, just overthrew him. You know, he had some space to turn up.
Oh, it's a low snap, but punt will still get under Dalmo Teza back to get it. Didn't call a fair catch, but he's tackled immediately as he catches it. The Lancers will start at the 17-yard line, similar to where they started in the first drive.
Yeah, if the Lancers had some more bodies just, rushing to the punter there, they may have influenced that kick a lot more. That snap hit the ground and rolled a few times before the punter was actually able to get it off. But now the Lancers will have the ball back here from their own 20, or inside their own 20 here.
First and 10. Franzino out on the field. They line up in I formation. They'll give it to Motu Keana-Aina, who has had a lot of carries tonight, and he's progressed the ball well. Bring up 2nd down. Gain of around 3.
Brought down by Hollis.
Yeah, Keana-Aina has been able to, rip off a couple of really trunk runs in the first half. He's going to try and continue that here. Get this offense running back again.
Second and 8. Lancers line up in the same formation. They're going to hand it off to Motu Keana-Aina. And it's a great tackle. Tackle made there by number 22, Mailangi Tongi. He actually had an interception last game against Valley Christian to end the game off, seal it, and he makes a big tackle there.
Yeah, Tongi, the linebacker, just immediately got through the middle of that offensive line, and he just got to the running back before he can even turn upfield there. That's a fantastic play. It'll be 3rd and 11 now. Definitely a passing situation for the Lancers.
Here we go. 3rd and 11, empty backfield. Franzino gonna take a shot downfield. Look for Sean Walsh. He's popped before he can bring it in. Good defense there by the Monarchs, no flag.
Yeah, Franzino was just trying to sneak it in there to Walsh before the safety could get there. Just a little too much air under that ball, and the safety just hit Walsh right as he got his hands on the ball. Great defense there.
It's going to be a punt.
Looks like
Andrew Mackers.
Monarchs only had 10 people on the field. Now they got their 11th.
For the Monarchs.
Second punt of the night for Andrew Macris. Both teams trading punts. Better snap here. And juggled a little bit by Luka Edwards, but he will call a fair catch at the 45-yard line.
Once again, great field position for the Monarchs, but so far in this second half, both defenses have held strong, both forcing punts. And, let's see if the Lancers defense can just continue what they had going for them back in the last drive. They were just able to stuff that run game to about 2 yards a carry on that last drive. And, the passing game is not working at all. They're definitely going to need to do that once more here.
Just under 5 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the third quarter. Both teams struggling to progress the ball on their drives. It's going to be a handoff to Faraj Washington. How have the Lancers been able to respond to Faraj Washington tonight?
Yeah, this run defense has looked absolutely fantastic. We saw earlier in the season they were giving up huge runs, just huge plays to other running backs, in preseason and in that Reardon game. But so far this week and last week at Bellarmine, this run defense has looked fabulous. Outside of that one, really, I believe it was like a 40-yard run from Faraj Washington back in the first quarter. This defense has looked fantastic.
2nd and 11. Engen gonna do a quick pass to Cade Kelly. Cade Kelly breaking some tackles, getting a first down. Great yards after catch from Cade Kelly, moving the chains as they enter Lancer territory.
Yeah, there was immediate pressure up the middle, but that was by design. It was a screen pass from the start, and it looked like Cade Kelly had nowhere to go. But that was just a great play, avoiding Max Haberlack and the linebacker to just get that first down. And it also looked like there was maybe a late hit there, but the refs are not signaling any kind of personal foul here.
1st and 10 at the 40. Cade Kelly's had a good game tonight, including a touchdown. It's going to be a handoff to Faraj Washington, trying to get space on the outside, trying to hurdle a defender, but will be taken down. Second down.
It looked like he had enough space to just turn the corner and start going upfield, but that was a great job there. One of the defenders was able to get their hands right on his legs and just get him on the ground. That was Chase Cahoon.
Chase Cahoon with the tackle. Leading tackler for the Lancers on defense. Coming into this game, he had 43 total tackles in the past 4 games. Past 5 games. 2nd and 6. It's going to be another handoff to Faraj Washington. Good tackle, but Faraj Washington will still gain 4 yards.
Once again, that was Chase Cahoon just holding his ground there and keeping Faraj Washington behind the stick, behind the line's game, and he held him for a 5-yard gain there. 3rd and 1 coming up.
Chase Cahoon, the Stanford commit. He's been huge for the Lancers this year, last year, year prior. Him and his brother were both very effective on defense. 3rd and short. Scrambling. Throw is too short. It'll be incomplete, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Monarchs go for it here on 4th and short.
Yeah, it almost looked like there was a little bit of either a hold or a face mask on number 1, Luka Edwards, who was kind of motioning across the formation. And there's no call, though. And that was a little questionable.
Engen with the scramble on that play. Throw was too short. Pass was intended for Cade Kelly. And looks like it's going to be a timeout for Mitty before this big fourth down here with 3 minutes to go in the third quarter.
That's Mitty's first timeout.
Now, obviously, it's been a slow start for the offenses here. Do you think that's more of a defensive adjustment that's causing this start?
Yeah, both defenses have looked fabulous here in the second half. You know, the Monarchs have had successive 3 and outs. The Lancers have looked pretty good so far. But let's see if the Lancers can hold the Monarchs back on this 4th and 1 here.
We would like to send a friendly reminder that if you are not subscribed to Lancer Live, you should subscribe, as you will never miss a home football game. Every game here is streamed on Lancer Live Entertainment Network, including the game next week.
I know.
4th down and 1 at the 30 line.
Fourth and 1. Big 4th down here. They're going to hand it off, and it's a great tackle by the Lancers defense. Do they say they get the stop?
100%, that's a stop.
Charles Washington, the ball carrier.
And
it is short.
They do say it is a turnover on downs, and the Lancers offense will take over. Great defensive stop for the Lancers, preserving their 14-13 lead.
That was an amazing job by the front 7. That was Chase Cahoon who immediately blasted through the middle of that offensive line and just, he got his hands on both the quarterback and the running back there, and the rest of the team just came crashing in to stop that play. Great job.
Judah Halapua also big on the tackle for that play.
Looks like it's back to Drew Cumby now.
It's going to be a handoff, quick handoff there. And the carry was number 42, Jacob Salapare. Loa Tuilela is also in for the Lancers instead of Motu Keanaina.
Yeah, with Drew Cumby so far, they've tried to develop the play-action game a lot more. Unfortunately, they haven't been able to have much success on that. Let's see if they'll continue it here with some more play-action.
2nd and 4. Lancers run their traditional I formation. And a great run by Loa Tuilela, breaking a tackle, getting the first down, getting more yards after, and some pushing and shoving after. No flags. Looks like John Fafita was involved in some extra scuffle at the end.
Yeah, I think the refs have been very, very lenient so far this game. There have been a couple of very, questionable calls and or missed calls, but it was a good run nonetheless by Tuilela. It looked like he was dead to rights there, but he was able to keep going, get that first down.
They run the same formation again with Drew Cumby. They will give it to Loa Tuilela, who this time will lose yardage, lose around half a yard.
Yeah, it looked like he ran right into his own offensive lineman, Case Jacobson, who kind of got pushed into that from his right guard position over to the left side. And it looks like they've lost a yard here. That's not a good start to this fresh set of downs.
John Fafita lined up to the right side. Apisai Fafita lined up to the left side. It's going to be a run to Loa Tuilela. This time he'll gain some of the yardage he lost, but it will still bring up 3rd and long as the clock is running with under a minute to go. Lancers will have to run one last play.
and Villa.
Yeah, just no space to run there on that second and 11 either. You know, the Lancers really need to start getting their passing game sprinkled into, you know, the play calls here tonight. 3rd and 9, it's definitely a situation where they're going to be forced to pass here.
And Drew Cumbie is definitely the guy who you want on the field in terms of long third downs that require maybe some mobility in the pocket, maybe some accurate passes downfield, trying to exploit that secondary, and he'll line up with Loa Tuilela to the left side of him. 2-by-1 formation. Drew Cumbie is going to pass it short, but it's going to be dropped. Incomplete pass intended for Loa Tuilela. That'll bring up 4th and long, and it looks like the Lancers will bring Macros out to punt.
Yeah, it looks like we will not be heading into the end of the 3rd quarter with that play. You know, no one was open on that previous play, and Cumbie was trying to check it down to his running back. But Tuilela just was not ready for that. Couldn't get his hands around it. And it looks like if they can get a good punt off of this, they could pin the Monarchs inside their own 10. Let's see what Macros can come up with.
Back to return for the Monarchs is number 2, Marquis Marshall. Gonna punt it, and Marquis Marshall loses the football. It's gonna be recovered by the Monarchs at the 1-yard line. Very lucky that the Monarchs were still able to hang on to that ball.
Oh, that's very, very close. You know, Marshall has, you know, almost muffed his previous, punt return. But this right here was exactly what the Lancers defense needed. You know, that was about to get into the end zone. Great job by the Monarchs to just secure it before it could have been a touchdown the other way. This is exactly where the defense needs to try and get a safety. They're trying to just keep this Monarchs defense inside their own 5. Just have their backs facing their own goal line.
That was a great reaction by Grant Sirapoke to see that that ball was heading towards the end zone and to quickly grab onto it before it went back for a score for the Lancers. So, first quarter, Mitty start the quarter off with score. Score on the left side, score on the right side. Then St. Francis respond back. Second quarter, run by Motukana and a great throw to Max Haberlack. But now this 3rd quarter was, both teams were completely deadlocked. How do you think the 4th quarter is going to go?
Yeah, I think it's just going to continue, especially with the Monarchs field position here. It's gonna remain a defensive showdown here. It's just who can get that one big play which sets them up for a field goal or sets them up for a touchdown here. You know, who is able to get that explosive, you know, go route or that big run with a big gap to run through. And you know, so far it's just been pretty even. Both teams have just struggled on offense. But it's a new quarter and a fresh set of downs for the Monarchs here from their 2-yard line.
Here we go. First play of the 4th quarter, starting at the 1-yard line.
I think running the ball would be pretty dangerous here, especially with how this run defense has looked.
Chase Cahoon looking to bring the blitz. It's going to be a long shot, just overthrown. Caden Kelly was the intended receiver.
Yeah, once again, there was just no safety help. This time it was Kelly on number 6, Leonidas Leyva, and Kelly was able to get a step on Leyva there. But even when the Lancers are bringing the blitz, you have to just keep a safety back there, you know, just to cover that speedster Kelly.
Great burst of speed there by Caden Kelly. 2nd and 10 at their own 1. Lancers looking to bring some pressure here. It's going to be a run play. And he's going to be taken back. Is it going to be a safety? No, they'll rule forward progress. And they'll actually maybe give Raj Washington around half a yard.
Yeah, that was a beautiful job by the front 7 there, just covering all the gaps and just pushing and getting to Raj Washington. making sure he had no space to run the ball. Just no gain on that play there.
Good tackle by Alapua.
Huge third down here coming. You know, if they can keep the Monarchs to an incomplete pass or just another very short gain, they could be looking at another block punt.
It's going to be a quick throw to the outside. Marquis Marshall with the catch, but it will be short of the first down marker, bring up fourth down, and it's a very dangerous spot to go for it, so maybe we'll see the Monarchs punt team come on.
It looks like fourth and less than a yard, but I don't see any signal that the punt team is coming on.
Monarchs trying to look for a signal.
If they do decide to go for it, it's going to be a very, very, very risky play here.
And the offense will stay up onto the field. Biggest fourth down of the night. 4th and 1 inside their own 10-yard line. Maybe they're going to try to draw them offside. And it will be a false start on the Monarchs. Huge mistake for the Monarchs. Completely killing any hopes of them getting that extra yardage.
Yeah,
and the punt team comes on.
That's the exact opposite of what the Monarchs wanted. They wanted the defense to jump, but instead now they've given their opponent 5 yards less of space here, and it's going to be a very, very tight punt to get off.
You would think that it would maybe be the Monarchs trying to draw the Lancers offside, but it ended up being going the other way. Punt here. Back of the end zone is Ethan Chase, and a flag on the play. And it's going to be against the Monarchs again, it looks like. And that will put him back at the 1-yard line.
Looks like the center moved there, and it was another false start, and even less space for the punter to get this punt off.
Now with that such little space, there's a high chance of any sort of block or safety or anything like that.
Definitely.
Damo Teza back to return. Isn't even past the 40. It's going to be a high snap. Punt is going to be returned by Damo Teza. Looks like the punter was hit on that play. Is there a flag? It's going to be a flag against St. Francis. It's probably going to be roughing the kicker. Looks like he ran into the kicker on that play.
That was just a very, very, very stupid penalty there. You know, even when the punter got the punt off, Damo Teza was right there. He was able to return it to inside the Monarchs' 30-yard line. You could have just let the punter get the punt off and start off with fantastic field position. But now it's a fresh set of downs for this Monarchs offense. And, you know, you just don't want to let Engen and Kelly back on the field with a chance to take the lead here.
So the Lancers give the Monarchs a lifeline. Could have had the ball. Could have started their drive at the 25-yard line as Damo Taylor was able to return it, starting at the 40 and gain 15 yards. So Engen on first down. He's going to take it himself. Good tackle there. Combined tackle. Max Haberlack on the tackle, as well as Judah Halapua.
Yeah, Engen made the right read there on that option, but then Halapua was right there as a second guy, just able to make that stop, and Max Haberlack came in to finish the job. Fantastic first down play for this defense. 2nd and 13 now. That was a great loss.
Second and 13. After that good tackle by the Lancers. Engen gonna look to drop. Floating one up. Intended receiver was Kai Sniffen. Flag on the play.
Looks like it's gonna be a roughing the passer here on the defense, which will give them another 15 yards and another first down.
Again, personal fouls, a huge issue. Lancers did pretty solid preventing us that many personal fouls earlier in the game. Only had a few offsides here and there, but when it matters most this fourth quarter, when they need to get their hands on the ball and start chewing out some clock. They're just letting the Monarchs progress the ball. It's going to be a handoff to Faraj Washington. And oh my word, the Lancers have definitely done a great job on the run defense so far.
Yeah, Sean McCoy was just left unblocked off of that left end there, and he was just able to get to Faraj Washington before he was able to try and get upfield.
Faraj Washington so far this season has 8 touchdowns, and he's been held short here against the Lancers. It's going to be a handoff to Faraj Washington, and another unbelievable tackle. Lancers defense shows up big again. Case Jacobson on the tackle.
Yeah, we've just seen a completely different front seven in this second half from the Lancers. The Monarchs' run game has just not been working at all. That's thanks in part to plays from guys like Sean McCoy, Case Jacobson, Chase Moon, and the rest of this front seven. It's going to be a very, very important 3rd and 12 now.
Huge 3rd and 12. Lancers do not want any personal fouls here. Engen, play action. Going to be looking to throw it. Caught there. Luka Edwards using his speed to get past that last safety and catch the ball. Gain of around 30 yards.
He just ran right by Naya Alatina, and no one really tracked him. And great throw by Engen. Oh,
looks like the Lancers down on the field.
That looks like Sean McCoy there. He's grabbing his right knee, I believe.
Looks like it's a cramp. You can kind of tell the way that they're stretching him. So hopefully he's okay to return later in the game. A lot of clock has been chewed. The Monarchs started their drive. Their first play of the drive was the first play of the quarter. We're at around 7 minutes and 42 seconds left. They've had a few lifelines after personal fouls by the Lancers.
Yeah, but just going over what happened in the last few minutes of this football game, the Lancers just had 2 very horrible roughing penalties, one on the punter, one on the quarterback, and that, they were opportunities to just get the ball back for their offense in great field position, but instead they just gave the Monarchs 2 different lifelines, and now they had something. They just allowed a huge gain here from Engen to Edwards. That's kind of what the Monarchs needed to build some momentum here. Let's hope they aren't going to be able to continue this.
1st and 10, first play of the drive in Lancer territory. Engen dropping back to pass, quick throw to the outside, makes a man miss, and he'll be tackled. Gain of around 9. Edwards again with the catch.
That was Naya Alatina, who just came in flying in, and I thought he was going to just get a huge pop in there and just force a fumble. But Edwards just made a great move, made a miss, and he was able to run up the field for about 4 more yards.
Clock's running under 7 minutes to go. 2nd and short here. Marquis Marshall lined up to the far side on the left side. It's going to be a jet sweep to Edwards. What an unbelievable tackle by Chase Cahoon, but there's a flag on the play.
It's going to be a holding on the offense, and this play is coming back. It'll be, unless the Lancers decline it, which will make it about a 3rd and 5.
Would you recommend I think if they decline it, it'll be around a 3rd and 8 or 3rd and 9.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's a 2nd and 12.
Yeah, I think declining it is the way to go here, and I think that's what they've done.
Yep, they do decline it, and it'll be 3rd and 9. So, huge tackle by Chase Cahoon. Big play. Star players making big plays on defense to keep the Monarchs from getting any further progress. 3rd and long, big 3rd down here. Engen is going to hand it off to Faraj Washington. who finds a hole. Faraj Washington will take it all the way for a touchdown.
And that right there is exactly what the Lancers did not need. It looked like they even got the stop on him. It was number 64, Deion Jackson, who had his hands on him, and Judah Halapua looked like he was right there too. But Faraj Washington just turned upfield and turned on the Jets, and he was gone.
Just when you thought the Lancers were able to prevent Faraj Washington from getting any further forward progress, he turns on the Jets, showing his true skill, getting his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Monarchs will go for 2 here, try to make this a 7-point game.
I could definitely see a shot to Kelly here.
Cade Kelly line up to the right side, but they're actually going to give it to Faraj Washington, who's going to throw it himself, and it is a inaccurate throw, and it'll be incomplete, and it is a 5-point game, scores 19-14.
Yeah, that was some trickery there, just a handoff to Faraj Washington, and you know, when a running back is handed off the ball, they are allowed to also throw it, and that's what they were trying to do here. Just a little bit underthrown to Kelly there. He tried to come back to the ball, just not enough air under that. And it'll stay a 5-point game. We have 6 minutes left in this exciting bout between these two powerhouses in WKL football.
If you're just joining us, we'd like to remind you to subscribe to Lancer Live Entertainment Network. Never miss a home football game here for the St. Francis Lancers.
And, you know, the story of that last drive was just the opportunities and lifelines the Lancers gave to that Monarch defense. You know, they had the 2 penalties, and they had that big play on a 3rd down. They just have to find ways to avoid these kind of plays and just, you know, keep their defense nice and tidy.
Now, this is a big drive for the Lancers now. As this kick is up and underway, Alatini will take this out of the end zone. Trying to break a few tackles, runs to his own man, and will be tackled at the 21-yard line.
Now the Lancers have 371 seconds, 6 minutes, 11 seconds to go 80 yards and get a touchdown for themselves. This is going to be the biggest drive of the night for this Lancers offense.
And pretty much the biggest drive of the season, really.
For sure. They really need to channel what they had towards the end of that first half and just get that back here at the end of the second half.
Franzino in. He's going to hand it off to Keana Aina. Gain of around 2 yards there. Now, Franzino, at the end of the second half, got possession with less than 2 minutes to go and ended up marching down the field and scoring a touchdown. Now he has a little bit more time to work with, 6 minutes to go. Can he repeat what he did in the second half? Obviously, the Monarchs have made a lot of defensive adjustments, as we saw in the 3rd quarter, but what do you think?
Yeah, we've been talking about how this Lancers run defense has gotten so much better, but so has this Monarch run defense. You know, right here, they just held him to a 3-yard gain, and throughout this second half, there have been no really big running plays for the Lancers, and they just need to find a way to shift to their passing game and find their guys like Sean Walsh and Alatini.
Franzino looking to pass on 2nd and 8, finds a man for the catch. Caught there by Aaron Bonini for the first down, moving the chains.
Franzino's pass complete to Bonini.
Yeah, just a little wheel there from Bonini, and he was just wide open, no one near him. Great first down conversion. They need more of that play calling on this important drive here.
1st and 10 at the 38.
The Monarchs land up on defense. Keana Aina with the carry. Good run there, gaining around 8 yards. Now the Lancers are looking to progress the ball, but also chew a little bit of clock, right? They want to score, but they don't want to give too much time for the Monarchs to get the ball back.
Yeah, definitely. The Monarchs have a guy named Chase Graff, and he can hit 50-yard field goals. We saw that last week. He was able to hit a 53-yarder, and they want to just chew as much clock as they can to make sure this Monarch offense can't get the ball back and drive down and get a game-winning field goal if they were to score.
Clock's running under 4 minutes and 40 seconds to go now. Motu Keanaaina lined up back behind Franzino. 2 receivers lined up to the right. It's going to be a QB sneak by Franzino, trying to get the first down. And he does get it, and it will move the chains. Good sneak there by Franzino, getting the first down and taking off some more clock.
He got the first down there, but I think that 2nd and 1, 2nd and inches right there was a perfect opportunity to just dial something deep. You know, in case you don't get it, in case it's incomplete, you can just go back to your QB sneak on 3rd and inches and get it, or maybe even 4th and inches if you don't get it the first time. So, you know, you got to find and pick and choose when you want to take your shots.
Keanaaina with the carry. Gain of around 5 yards. He's been excellent tonight. Motu Keanaaina.
Yeah, definitely. You know, even though the Lancers are used to having Kingston Keanaaina running that, running out of the backfield, Motu Keanaaina and also Loa Tuilela have done a great job, you know, stepping into the gap left behind by Kingston Keanaaina.
Now we're just under 4 minutes to go. Atmosphere is electric here at Ron Calcano Stadium, as the Lancers are down by 5. Franzino, he's going to hand it off to Keanaaina. He's going to try to get around the outside. Stiff arms a man, but it's a good tackle. Tackle made there by number 3, Landon Rodriguez. And it'll bring up 3rd and 4.
Yeah, this is going to be one of the most important 3rd downs for the Lancers now. Oh, it's actually going to be a 3rd and 2. Keanaaina got 2 yards there on that run. This is another opportunity where you can just run it down the middle, maybe once or twice in case they don't get it on 3rd down.
Sean Walsh, Damo Teza, and Aaron Bonini all come off, so it looks like this will be a
power
run.
A power run is coming up for sure.
See if the Lancers can get the first down, then maybe take it to the 2-minute warning, regroup. That would be ideal. Franzino, he's going to hand it off to Keanaaina. Finds a hole, gets the first down. Keanaaina breaking some more tackles, gets inside the 30. Motu Keanaaina continuing to move the Lancers forward down the field.
Fantastic run there by Keanaaina, and that's a great job by John Fafita, just creating a huge gap on that left side.
Whistles are blown here. Let's see what call is.
Looks like there's an injury on the field. That's number 11. That's Keanaaina.
Hopefully he's okay. But the Lancers next week are going to play the Serra Padres. So a win here is almost crucial for their season, because they absolutely cannot go into that next game coming off with 0 momentum in a heartbreaking loss here.
Yeah, absolutely. A win here, they're currently in 4th place. A win here would propel them up. They're 1-1 right now. 2-1 would look fabulous as they, go to Serra at Serra Stadium. And right now they just got to focus on the 2 minutes and 21 seconds that they have left.
And it's really hard to win on that Tom Brady field. Looks like that Lancer is still down. It is Motu Keanaaina. He'll get up. Hopefully, he's walking off the field, so hopefully it's not too serious. Correction on the clock. The clock actually is 2 minutes and 21 seconds left. First and 10. Franzino comes up back up on the field. The clock continues to run. They'll probably get one last play here before 2 minutes.
They might just try and get someone to jump here.
They motion Bonini. They give it to Loa Tuilela, who's in for the injured Keana Aina.
Good run there by Tuilela as we head to the 2-minute.
There you go. Clock's running. Under 2 minutes to go. Lancers at the 26-yard line. Looks like there's no 2-minute warning. Loa Tuilela is still in. Keana Aina still is on the sideline. Alatini's on the right side. Take a look at that matchup. And timeout called by the Lancers after they took up 40 seconds there.
Timeout on the field.
That's a lot of time. I mean, the Lancers still have 2 timeouts.
Yeah, that was just a crucial mistake in game management and clock management from the Lancers there. The previous play, the run by Tuilela, ended with about 2 minutes and 1 second on the clock, and now we only have a minute and 21 left on the clock. You just wasted 40 seconds when you have 26 yards to go. That's a lot of time that you're not going to get back, and a lot of time that you're going to regret not having.
The Lancers come back out on the field. Mitty are going to play Sacred Heart Cathedral next week. So they really need this big defensive stop before that game. Franzino's looking to throw. Evades the pressure. Flag on the play. He's going to dive down. Let's see what the flag is. This could be huge.
I think this is coming back. I think that was a very clear holding right in front of the referee there.
It is going to be against the Lancers. And another huge penalty that's set these Lancers back in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, and those 40 seconds they just lost are looking more and more valuable by the ticking second.
A minute and 11 seconds to go. 2nd and 7 at the Monarchs 37-yard line. It is loud here on the visitor side of the field. Franzino looking to pass. Gonna take a deep shot. Caught there. Alatini. Flag on the play. The Monarchs are saying that this is heading back. Danny Sullivan, the head coach for the Monarchs, is incredibly passionate about that flag, thinking that is going to come back.
They're saying it might be a holding. I think that's what they think it is.
See what the call is.
Looks like they are coming back, and that's exactly what they did not need.
And another penalty in the fourth quarter. The Lancers did a solid job in not committing so many personal fouls, but now it's going to push them even further back.
Wow.
And that will bring up 2nd and very long. Ball is placed at the 42-yard line. Franzino looking to pass again. Going to take another shot. Almost intercepted. That pass was tipped and right in the hands there of number 44, Ethan Chase, the punter. It was right in his hands, and if he reacted just maybe 5 milliseconds quicker, he would have been able to haul that in.
Yeah, he was looking for Naya Alatini, and Alatini was he had a lot of guys around him. If Franzino just waited a quarter of a second, he could have just aired that ball to Aaron Bonini, who was running up the seam, and he could have just split the 2 safeties for a big gain, which could have been a first down conversion, but he just forced that into Alatini. Now it's going to be 3rd and 23.
3rd and 23. You heard that right, with 51 seconds to go. deep safeties for the Monarchs. Trying to prevent any sort of first down. Franzino zips it across. Caught there. Did he survive the ground?
He did. It's a completion, but it's still 4th down.
Caught there by number 20, Riley Barton, on that low throw.
And timeout called by the Lancers with 42 on the clock.
Second timeout for the Lancers. Now it's a 4th and a little bit more reasonable now. And this is the biggest play of the Lancers season so far.
100%. They've got to dial up the perfect conversion and then just spike the ball immediately or get their next play going, because they only have 42 seconds and they only have one more timeout.
Now Franzino has been able to score in crunch time already in this game in the first half, with under 2 minutes to go in the first half, when he was able to take the Lancers down the field and throw a touchdown to Max Haberlack.
Yeah, so right now it's 4th and 3 here, so all I'm looking for is a quick out route towards the sidelines. You know, just hit your receiver, let him go out of bounds and stop the clock, maybe lose about 4 seconds here and get yourself a fresh set of downs. However, it's easier said than done, and let's see what the Lancers have dialed up now.
Alatini and Barton lined up on the left side, as well as Damo Teza. Franzino's in at cornerback. He's going to take a quick shot there. Caught by number 3, Damo Teza, for the first down with 37 seconds and
They've got to clock it. They've got to clock it.
The clock stops as they have to move the chains first. After they finish moving the chains, then the clock will continue to run. But that saves the Lancers some time. Quick throw to the outside, caught by Riley Barton. He was inbounds. That stops the clock and gives some extra yardage.
Yeah, that's exactly the two. Those are the perfect 2 plays they needed right there. 29 seconds left. A fresh set of downs from the 10-yard line. Four plays.
That will bring up 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6 at the 10-yard line.
29 seconds. Lancers do have a timeout.
I think this is exactly where you look for your big body receiver, Naya Alatini.
Franzino lined up in an empty backfield. He's looking to throw. Caught there.
He's short. He's short. He's
Damo
short.
Teza
They gotta
with
get
the
up.
catch.
They gotta get up. He's just short.
Looks like he's taken down at the 1-yard line.
And someone's on the ground. Someone's gotten hurt. I think that's Damo Teza who's on the ground right now. He's able to get up though.
That was a great play by Damo Teza to put the Lancers at the 1-yard line. 1st and goal.
Yeah, the Lancers knew that all the eyes would be on Naya Alatini, so they had Alatini kind of running this out route, and from the other side of Alatini, from his right side, they had Oteza running this slant in, and he was just wide open. Great job by Franzino, just getting it into Oteza's hands, and Oteza almost broke the plane of the end zone to get it in. First down, 1 yard to go, 22 seconds left.
So now the Lancers don't have any timeouts. So would you recommend they maybe give this ball to Loa Tuilela and use his strength to get it in, or do you recommend maybe try to pass it because of the risks that comes with maybe running the ball and getting short and then having the clock continue to run?
I think they could just run another QB sneak here, and then, you know, they could just run it 3 times if they need. You know, they got 21 seconds. They could just try and pound it in. Or, yeah, giving it to Loa Tuilela definitely isn't a bad idea. He's got a huge frame. He can definitely push through, but it all depends on what this offensive line can do. They've got to just push that Monarch front 7 1 yard backwards.
It's going to be a run. It's going to be a touchdown for the Lancers.
Motu Keanaina from 1 yard out. Great job. There was no one who could even get a hand on him. That's exactly the blocking they needed right there. Now the Lancers have a 1-point lead. They're going to go for 2 points here.
Motu Keanaina with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And that is the biggest touchdown of the Lancers season so far.
Yeah, good decision to try for the 2-point conversion here, because an extra point would keep this keep the Monarchs within 3 points, and they would have the ability to win with a field goal.
Franzino.
He's got space. Can he get in?
Do they say he's short or do they say he's in?
Did he break the plane of the end zone? He's short.
They'll mark him short, and it will be a 1-point game with 19 seconds to go. And both teams have both scored 3 touchdowns, and it just came down to a missed extra point that has given the Lancers an advantage.
100%. Yeah.
And actually, that extra point was blocked, so you can give all the credit to the Lancers for...
The special teams has done a great job so far.
Especially, yeah.
Except for that one roughing the punter. But they do have to keep in mind that Chase Graff hit a 53-yard field goal just last Friday. So, it's not just as, easy as just holding him to the 40-yard line, because he could definitely make it from the 40. But 19 seconds is definitely not a lot to work with.
Weir Gowdy, the kicker for the Lancers, to kick off. Back to return is Luka Edwards, who has shown a lot of speed. Looks like a Lancer is down. Not too sure who that is. That might be Franzino.
Yeah, he's the one who went down over there, kind of extending for the 2-point conversion there.
It is Franzino. Looks like he had a very awkward fall after that tackle. Hopefully he's okay. Still doing some treatment on him. He's still on the field, so not sure how the Lancers are going to be able to kick off here.
Yeah, his left knee kind of twisted when it hit the ground. And that might be what they're checking, and hopefully he's all right.
So Monarchs will come down to the sideline and talk about it. Hopefully Franzino's okay. Just recapping what happened in the game so far. The Monarchs started the first quarter with 2 touchdowns, one by Caden Kelly and one by Marquis Marshall. It looked like the game was going to get out of hand quickly, but then the Lancers responded immediately with touchdowns by Motu Keana Aina and a 2-minute drill by Andrew Franzino that ended successfully in a touchdown for Max Haberlack. And then that ended at halftime 14-13. Going into the third quarter, both teams were deadlocked. No scores happened. Start of the fourth quarter was a touchdown after a long drive. Ended up being a touchdown by Lazaro Faraj Washington, who's been quiet up until that play. The Lancers did a good job preventing him from being as dominant as he usually is until that play where he got that 40-yard burst of speed to score. Then the Lancers just recently marched down the field after Franzino's excellent throwing despite all the penalties, which led to a Motu Keana Aina 1-yard rushing touchdown for his second touchdown of the night.
And it looks like Franzino is able to get up, and he is walking back. He's limping back, but it's a good sign that he's able to get up on his own.
Really hope he's okay. It would suck to see him be out. And what a game he's had. And what a season he's had so far.
Yeah, so far this game he's engineered 2 fantastic drives. One at the end of the first half and this one right here at the end of the second half. And, crunch time, 2-minute drill, 4-minute drill, that's exactly where he's been shining this entire season. And it would hurt a lot to this Lancers offense if this injury is very serious.
Now this is the biggest 19 seconds for the Monarchs this game. And it's super important for the Lancers defense to stay strong. They've been very solid throughout the game. Just had a few silly mistakes, but they just need to stay strong for 19 seconds, and maybe this kick will take off a lot of time off the clock if they are able to kick it. That's not out of bounds or a touchback.
Yeah, they definitely just want to keep the ball in bounds and maybe have it bounce right before the returners so that they actually have to return it, maybe, lose 5 or 6 seconds from the clock, and that would leave them with maybe 13 or 14 seconds.
Andrew Macris is back to do the kickoff. Not Gaudy. Let's see if it's any different of a kickoff that they planned. And he will launch this to the back.
It will be returned.
Luka Edwards on the return, running across the field, finds space, but it's a good tackle. Able to tackle him at the 40 before he's able to get anywhere. It looks like the tackle was made by the guy who made the kickoff, Andrew Macris, who ran across the field to get him.
Fantastic job by Macris. Just not quitting on the play. Even though you're the kicker, it doesn't mean you can't make it. Make a big hit. Great job by Macris, and that could have been a touchdown-saving play, or at least, he may have saved 10 yards from that play.
10 seconds left. That play took up 10 seconds as well, which is huge because Luka Edwards ended up running across the whole field, which took up a lot of time. The Lancers have very deep safeties. Alatini's back there. Take a look at this matchup on the bottom of your screen. Marquis Marshall versus Max Haberlack. They might be looking for him on a quick play that will get out of bounds before they send this to the end zone. It's going to be a throw. And he's going to run out of bounds with 4 seconds to go. And they throw the flag.
No.
A late hit there by Sean McCoy. Big mistake, and that will progress the ball 15 more yards.
Now, here's the thing. A 53-yard field goal, which is what Chase Graff hit last Friday, is from the Lancers' 38-yard line. And with the addition of 15 yards here, that might put them just about there at the 40, which would make it a 55-yarder.
So there's 3 seconds to go. The Monarchs are at the 40.
Timeout, Monarchs. They're going to decide on whether they want to give Chase Graff the chance to kick this or whether they want to go for the end zone.
Now, this is a huge decision. 3 seconds to go. Lancers up by 1 point. Now, both options are very feasible. Engen definitely has the arm to chuck this 40 yards into the end zone.
Yeah, so a field goal from here would be about 57 yards.
Chase Graff, who missed an extra point or had an extra point blocked earlier in the game, is looking to take a
58-yard field goal.
This for the win.
And a timeout from the Monarchs head coach. Is he allowed to take 2 back-to-back timeouts? Seems that he's allowed to.
In the NFL, you're not allowed to do that. That would be a flag.
Yeah, maybe just trying to get their kicker Graff some extra time to just get into the right headspace to make this big, big kick.
Maybe they just need some more time to discuss it.
Yeah, with 3 seconds left, if you're having your offense out on the field, you're not going to have time to kick it. But Graff will stay out there. Once again, 58 yards. The Lancers do have a man deep just in case this kick does not make it.
Chase Graff hit a 53-yarder earlier in the year. This one even longer. Kick is up, and it is short. And the Lancers come up top, and they win in their homecoming game against their rivals, Archbishop Mitty.
And what a thriller of a fourth quarter it has been. Just, we saw some very stout defense earlier in the second half, but in this fourth quarter, everything changed. We saw huge touchdowns from both teams. And Andrew Franzino, even though he got hurt, he was the hero of this game with 2 of the most important drives of this game for the Lancers.
Both teams were completely evenly matched, both scoring 3 touchdowns. Both had similar success in the rushing game and as well in the air. The Lancers persevere. Touchdowns for the Lancers came from 2 from Motukeana Aina, as well as 1 from Max Haberlack. On the Monarchs side, they did put up a great fight, only losing by 1 point. Touchdowns came from 3 different players: Caden Kelly, Marquis Marshall, and their star running back Lazaro Faraj Washington.
Yeah, and I think one of the underrated parts of this game was special teams. The blocked PAT from the Lancers, when they blocked that PAT by Chase Graff earlier in the game, it deemed to be the game changer. That 1 point is what separated these two teams. It's what changed the difference from overtime to win for the Lancers, a 1 point win for the Lancers.
We would like to thank you for watching Lancer Live Entertainment Network collab, as well as collab with KMVT Broadcasting Network in this electric Friday night as the Lancers defeat the Mitty Monarchs 20-19. Thank you for watching.